Nice. Give us a jump pack and fucking Thunderhammer. Bye, friends.
I will hold here as long as I can, Captain.
No, brother. Rejoin our forces and bring fury to the enemy. This battle is mine.
Yes, sir.
So now we're gonna have to climb the spire. Using this jump pack. The demons. Bravo.
This madness will not stop me, and neither will you.
Some let you go. Nice. You stop that. The black metal. There we go. Get some health back. Your brothers thought the same, traitor. Their corpses lie behind me. Out of fuel. Out of fuel. Well, okay, I guess done with that. At least we still get a Thunderhammer. Well, yeah, we should. Just because we're gonna need these plasma, like, pistols and rifles and stuff like that. Woo! Okay, let's just go right through it. just the room to nowhere. Just tossing like a billion grenades around. I think this brings us up to the top.
There is much blood for all those you have killed, for Sidonus, and for the Emperor. I will finish this.
Dread gods of chaos, I am Nemoroth, your herald and champion. I have burned 1,000 worlds in your dark name.
Alright, seems like
You
a
challenged me to recover
boss fountain.
fragment of your power, and I have done so. The slaves of the
Okay,
false emperor
seems like we're
who
good to
dare
go.
to claim it as their own lie dead at my hand.
Alright, asshole, time to end this once and for all.
I return your dark relic to you. I offer up this world and all those upon it. I ask for the reward that was promised.
You want to talk to your gods? I will send you to them.
Admit it, Titus. The power of chaos is within you, calling to this relic. Imagine the Ultramarines dominating this galaxy in glorious conquest, with you at their head. Imagine the power you could wield.
As a slave to chaos, nothing you say can tempt me from the path of honor, or from avenging the deaths of my battle brothers.
Yeah, you big dummy.
You are no threat to me now, Ultramarine! Grant me your favor. Corrupt my flesh. Make me feel alive. Show this fool the true nature of power. Seal of fury.
So we're just gonna have to keep killing shit until we can break through his defenses.
Have you looked to the skies lately, Captain Titus? You opened a gateway to the chaos realm. Already our legions are pouring through. A slave of the false trying to save this planet from the invasion. Instead, he ushered in another.
Okay, it's overheated. Like, oh, okay.
Imperial forces will be scoured clean from this world.
Just keep sending wave after wave of your own men.
My entire invasion fleet will cross the enemy into this reality.
Am I allowed to switch the gun? Hello? Can't switch while you're overheated? What the fuck is that?
Your task is hopeless, Titus. I have the will of the Dark Gods behind me.
Look at this fucking bitch. He literally just keeps sending people behind an impervious shield. It's like, haha, you'll never defeat me. You fucking suck. It doesn't even fight. What a bitch.
Killing my servants matters little. I am unassailable. The gods of chaos protect me with the very energies of creation.
You forget, Nemoroth. I am no stranger to the touch of the war.
You forget, I have bullets and a chainsword.
If it takes 1,000 years, I will rise again and take my vengeance upon your flesh. Or will I find your arms in welcome, a true son of gods? Never!
Ooh. Just keep beating the shit out of him while you're falling hundreds of kilometers. Bitch. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I just smushed his head with my bare hands.
Will you join us?
That puts an end to Nemoroth and its fucking invasion.
Look there, Ultramarine. You have saved this world.
Hooray!
I see the Ultramarines are human, after all.
More than you know, Lieutenant.
Oh, it's in the Inquisition. And yep, there's the Black Templars. Not a lot of them.
Inquisition is here.
His injuries appear chaos inflicted. You are certain of this charge?
Captain Titus has been corrupted by chaos, Inquisitor Thrax.
I am no heretic.
You lie! Only an agent of chaos could
Fucking
withstand
Leandro's the absolutely biggest bitch in this entire
But did
galaxy.
you have unholy assistance? We must know. You will submit to my authority, Captain, or the Inquisition must conclude that you have corrupted every Ultramarine under your command, not to mention those who stand at your side.
Ignore his threats. Come on.
The Inquisition will destroy you, Mira, and the Ultramarines will be forever dishonored. Leave my brothers and the Lieutenant alone. I will come with you. I do not know why I can resist the touch of chaos, but I swear I will discover the truth.
We will discover many truths, Space Marine.
Codex Astartes leaves no room for doubt. You cannot touch the warp and emerge unscathed.
The Codex Astartes is a set of rules. guide us, shape us as Ultramarines, teach us to hold duty and honor sacred above all. But how we live with those rules is the true test of a Space Marine. And you have failed.
Yeah, fuck you, Leandros. Fucking bitch. There you have it, ladies and gents. Space Marine. So now the planet's on quarantine. And yeah, they're gonna be investigating us. So this is where it ends, and the second game's gonna pick up basically right after this. So I'm not sure how much time has elapsed since this game, but you know, it's obviously picking up and kind of dealing with the consequences. Trying to figure out you know, if Captain Titus is corrupted or not. You know, obviously from what we see, he isn't, but you know, maybe they have a point, I don't know. But yeah, he's in the beginning of the second game, from what I've seen, like the very beginning, they allow him back in, but demoted from captain to like lieutenant or something like that. But yeah, and I'm not even sure why they bring him back in, so we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to figure that out in the game. But yeah, obviously he's brought back in probably under the watch of the Inquisition, like keeping a close eye on him and stuff like that. And I don't even know why they bring him back, maybe because whatever's happening in the second game has something related to what happened in this game, maybe? I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see. Again, the second game, focusing more, instead of orcs, it's gonna be Tyranids, which is really cool. Lots of big improvements from what I've seen. I recently saw a video showing a little bit more in depth of like some of the changes and mechanics that they're adding to the game, and it just seems like, yeah, they're just really iterating on what they learned in this game and what they did in this game. So I'm excited for it. It's coming out again from the time that I'm recording this, probably like about a month. So don't have too long till it comes out, and I'm definitely gonna be probably pre-ordering it and playing it day one. But yeah, this game is definitely fun, and it's definitely really enjoyable, like as a first playthrough, and even like coming back, you know, maybe a few years later just to replay it. Nothing too groundbreaking, but it was at the time definitely like a little bit more of a unique game, and this is one of the better games in the Warhammer repertoire of like people who develop it and stuff. So there's that. You know, there's so many companies make Warhammer games, not many of them stick. You know, there's only a very few amount of games that actually like stand the test of time, and people in the Warhammer communities and game communities in general just are like, oh yeah, that's really cool. You know, those are games you can always go back to. So this is why this game had such a cult following, and over the years people have really still enjoyed it. Multiplayer was pretty fun too. Then the Horde mode they added was a lot of fun, but again, the stuff that's coming out in the sequel seems to be like way more thought out and fleshed out and worked on, so it's going to be probably a little bit better. Again, a lot of the stuff that I've seen has been technically pre-release builds, so not too much. Though they have actually sent out previews to some people, even recently, that are actually quite substantial. You know, they don't give you, like, they probably give you at the most, like, 15 to 20% of the game in terms of, like, total, so not even, like, so, like, only a mission or two in single player, then, like, a few co-op maps and stuff like that. So I would say not even that much, probably like closer to 10% of the game, just to kind of show people, you know, how it's going to feel and stuff like that. And from everything I've seen, it looks like it's going to be like really, really cool, really, really fun. Definitely worthy of a worthy sequel. But yeah, really glad that that they were able to make a sequel to it, because they obviously left the whole kind of cliffhanger-ish ending, hoping that they would make a sequel, and they definitely wanted to, but I don't know what happened with that, because it was made by Relic, and I'm pretty sure they're still in business. Maybe not. Maybe they did shut down. But it's one of the games that THQ, I believe, well, THQ Nordic technically has revived. Even recently, one series that they also revived that I'm really happy, because I loved when it came out, and I was really sad that after the second game the company went under and then they couldn't make any more, and that was Darksiders. So there was Darksiders 1 that I fell in love with, fucking loved the hell out of that, and then Darksiders 2, also the same thing. And then the parent company of the company who made it went under, but then THQ Nordic came in and bought up a bunch of IPs. I'm pretty sure under Embracer Group. I'm not 100% sure of like the whole corporate structure, but that's one of the franchises they bought, and were able to come out with Darksiders 3, which I also really liked, and also Darksiders Genesis, which was pretty cool too. That's just fun. That's a fun game too. It's like a little in between game. And now, just recently in the last few weeks, have teased and basically announced now that they're working on finally Darksiders 4. Which it's very, very fairly early in development, so they didn't show anything other than like a small teaser thing that was like 30 seconds to a minute long. Didn't really show like absolutely anything, so like I have no idea who's going to be in it in terms of characters, or like what the story is, if it's even like, you know, set after all the stuff that happened in the Darksider games, or like before it, like Origins or Genesis, or if it's just gonna be finally like you get to play as Strife, because all 3 games that are mainline games that have come out, you get to play as one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. You know, the first one you played War, second one you played Death, and then the third one you played as Fury. So we still haven't actually been able to play Strife completely in a mainline game. You did get to play them in Genesis, but you know, again, that's like an in-between game that was just like kind of like a arcadey thing, but it was like a whole lot of fun, but we still haven't been able to play them completely. So maybe that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a game showing what he was up to during the events of Darksiders 1. But yeah, I don't know. Because again, they haven't shown off like barely anything. But with that, thank you for joining me on this little adventure through the Warhammer dark, brutal future. And be on the lookout for me possibly playing the sequel on the channel. Probably a little bit after the release date. I haven't really checked the specs for the game. I'm pretty sure I should be able to play it. Whether I can play it at super high settings, I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, my rig's pretty good. It's not like 100% top of the line, but it can definitely play lots of modern day games at close to maximum settings. So I should be able to play it, you know, with really high graphic settings while also recording, hopefully, because I don't know, I never really felt like I've ever had a problem recording, but then again, I've never really recorded anything that graphically intensive, so we'll have to see. So if you don't see it, that's probably just because I can't play it and record at the same time because it's just too taxing my CPU or something, I don't know. But yeah, well, again, thanks for joining us here on this adventure with Titus and Nemoroth and the Andros and Sidonis. Rip Sidonis. And I think Mira actually comes back in the second game. I haven't seen too much of the story stuff, so we're gonna have to wait and see to see who comes back or who even the characters are and stuff like that. But yep. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys sometime in the dark distant future of the 41st millennia. Goodbye.